Hi, my name's Kamana and welcome to Holistic Nomads TV, where ancient wisdom and modern science can help you to have more clarity and energy in your life. Today's topic is about meditation, and particularly about meditation in relation to Dinacharya, or what Ayurveda refers to as the daily regimes, our daily habits that we go through. So before we dive into when we should do meditation, I really like to focus on why. What's the benefits of meditation? I've tried to focus it into three specific areas. So our first one is stress reduction and mental health. Studies have shown that meditation helps to reduce cortisol. It's a stress response hormone. And when cortisol is high, then we produce a lot more inflammatory things throughout the body. The body starts to inflame and deteriorate easier. It also creates insomnia. A lot of other stress response hormones cascade because of high cortisol inside the body. So not only does it reduce it at the time, but meditation reduces our tendency to produce cortisol again and again over time. So meditation, great for the mind, great for mental health. Number two main benefit of meditation is that it lengthens our memory and ability to focus. Studies have shown increased cortical thickness inside the hippocampus. This is a part of the brain that relates to our ability to remember long-term memories and also relates to spatial awareness and our ability to function within a specific space. So it makes us more functional, greater memory and focus in the mind. And the third one is that it creates more unity over separation. Our mind starts to function in more of I feel connected to everything and everyone rather than separated egoic mindset. So this creates a whole lot less stress. When we feel connected, we feel at ease, our emotions are more balanced, we want to serve life. When we feel separated, we start to feel like, I don't know what's going on, I don't know what my purpose is in life. And studies have shown decreased activity in the amygdala. This is part of the stress response part of the brain, and that where we feel separation, we're looking back through our memory and thinking, what creates stress, what creates pleasure, and why am I needing to preserve myself as an individual being? So three main benefits of meditation there. I'm sure there is hundreds and hundreds of benefits of meditation. If you go online, you can search lots of studies on the effectiveness of meditation. Now we'd like to look at when is the best time to start doing meditation, because if we really want to keep it in our life, then we've got to make it a habit. We've got to get meditation as something that's just easy and restful, and we can integrate this into a flow within our day rather than having to try and force us into it all the time. So the best things to create a habit is to pick a specific time of the day. And now I'm going to talk about some great times of the day, yet really the best time for meditation is any time you can do it. Yet if it's the same time each day, it's easy to create a habit around it. My meditation habit is first thing in the morning. When I wake up, I do my Dinacharya practices of cleansing, the face, teeth, tongue, wash the eyes, and then I'll move straight into my meditation practice after that. It doesn't matter if you don't have much time, just make it small. We'll talk about time for how long in a moment, but as small as you can to realistically continue that practice each day. The other way you could do it is a trigger. So meditation comes after doing something in your day. Meditation comes after finishing work, and you meditate for 5 minutes in the car before you're going home. So these triggers will instill a habit as well. So it could be a specific time of the day, or it could be something that you already have as a habit, and you place your meditation straight after that, using that trigger to bring you straight into the meditation from there. Another important thing about meditation is the place in which you do it. The place has a great effect on the mind. What studies have shown is that if you're doing it in a similar place all the time, that the meditation is very accumulative and what's known as Pavlovian, meaning that you have triggers in your environment that straight away remind your body of that whole experience. So wherever you've gotten to in previous meditations, it's much easier to go back there again. So that could be an altar with different spiritual things that remind you of deep states of meditation, unity, consciousness, success, whatever the things are that work really well for you. And it could also be position, the way in which you position your body. It's part of the reason why they would sit in a specific meditation position, an asana, because these asanas allowed us to go deeply into meditation quickly inside the body and the mind. The main specific thing is when you're sitting in a meditation seat that the knees should be lower than the hips. because this means that the psoas muscle, a deep muscle inside the pelvis, it can be relaxed, and that muscle relates to fear and anxiety. So if our knees come above our hip height at all, then the psoas muscle is going to be on. It's going to be hard to drop into the deepest states of meditation. Now getting into a specific meditation practice, I'm going to start with what's known as like a tridoshik meditation, meaning suitable for pretty much everyone. And we'll look at it in relation to studies at Harvard University. At Harvard University, they studied what's known as the relaxation response. And the relaxation response triggers a calmer mind, greater healing inside the body, reduced blood pressure, reduced heart rate, and an overall lowering of the pupil size. This means that the body goes into more of a relaxed state, relaxation response, and has a very similar thing to the parasympathetic nervous system, a meditation response. Only two things are needed in order to trigger the relaxation response. One is that we focus the mind on a repetitive thing. It could be any repetitive thing. The breath, inhale, exhale. It could be a mantra. It could be a movement in the body. Anything repetitive. And two, that we attempt to let go of all other thoughts. Notice the word attempt here. I think this is really important because so many people say, oh, I can't meditate because my mind thinks of so many different things. I say you are meditating. Your mind is meant to think of other things, and meditation is about going, oh, I caught myself in the moment. I became aware that I was thinking of something else, and I brought myself back to the practice. So remember this. Each time your mind wanders, though, oh, congratulate yourself for noticing and bring yourself back to the practice. Each time you do this, the studies have shown that the relaxation response is triggered again and again and again, and you go deeper and deeper into that relaxation state, triggering a calmer mind, a calmer body, a greater ability to heal yourself and get the benefits of meditation. When we focus within the yoga tradition, we're more able to narrow in on a specific destination inside the mind-body. We can choose a specific repetitive practice that enables us to go in and clear out the mind. That's what meditation does, clear out the old garbage from the mind, and we can narrow in on a specific area that we want to focus in on. So within this class, I'm going to focus in on three specific purposes that we could be narrowing towards. The first one is stress reduction. And because stress reduction, when people are stressed, they often don't have so much time. The great benefit here is you can get stress reduction with just 1 minute. Studies have shown at just 1 minute, you can reduce cortisol response and substantially reduce it over the coming days. So the style of meditation that I'd like to focus on for stress reduction is just a longer exhale. So you take a deep inhale, use as much of your lungs. Think about expanding the lungs in all directions. And then you exhale as slowly as you can. You may need to just hold the back of your throat. Imagine you're trying to fog up a glass or something. They call this breath in yoga Ujjayi breath. You know? Breathe out for as long as you can. Then take another deep inhale and breathe out for as long as you can. You could probably do about 4 of these breaths over a minute, and then continue with your day. If you ever find that you're getting stressed, then bring it straight in. Again, to make it a habit, think, okay, rise in the morning, 1 minute, 4 really long exhales. Go to lunch, just before lunch, 4 really long exhales. End of the day, just finished work, 4 really long exhales. If you put a 1 minute meditation in a few times a day, you'll be getting amazing results with stress reduction. The second focus we'd like to put for meditation would be attention and memory. So if you want to increase your memory, your ability to focus your mind on a specific task and really be productive in life, then you'll need to meditate for a little bit longer than 1 minute. Yet you can get great results with a 10 to 20 minute meditation. And I'm going to introduce 2 different practices here. One would be more of a mindfulness meditation, so you could do more studies on this in like a Vipassana type course or Zen meditation. All of these look at mindfulness meditation. And what they're doing there is they're trying to focus the mind on the awareness that they are consciousness. They are not the thoughts that move through the mind. They do exercises like being a clear blue sky and just seeing these thoughts move past like clouds. and don't get involved within the thought. Don't get triggered in the emotion of whatever's being brought up there, and just allow it to move past. Or they could do mindfulness awareness of just the breath that's moving in and out of the nostrils, and just feeling the sensation of the breath on the nose here, on the side of the lip, and just keeping your awareness on that. Every time a thought comes up, you go, oh, congratulate myself for noticing, and bring myself back to awareness upon that thing. So mindfulness meditation could be one option for the attention and memory. The second option is called a japa mala. This is a string of prayer beads, and you would use those beads to count a specific mantra. That mantra could be all sorts of different things. The mantra we're going to look at today is quite a balanced one. It's called So Hum. So you would go So Hum, count one bead. So Hum, So Hum, So Hum, So Hum, So Hum, So Hum. You just keep that repetitive focus. That becomes your repetition. Every time you notice the mind wandering, you come back to So Hum. I am that. I am the universe. I am one with everything. So here, this awareness and repetition is bringing a focus towards unity, enlightenment, which brings us to our third purpose for meditation. If you really want to create unity inside the body-mind, enlightenment in your being, then your meditation needs to be longer again. It needs to counterbalance the egoic day responses that we do. I need to do this, I need to do that, I need to be careful and worried about this, I need to protect my body. In order to do that, we need meditations that are much longer in their time period. And here we're looking at 1 to 4 hours. And if you really want to go for enlightenment, I highly encourage getting personal guidance on that. Which meditation practice is right for you? Because meditation could be individualized based on your dosha. We have other videos that go into individualizing meditation on the dosha. They could also be individualized based on your astrology chart. So this is Jyotish astrology, the Vedic system of astrology. And if you're interested in that, you'll be able to look at the link below to book a session with me, or find another Vedic astrologer, whatever you feel attracted towards, to narrow in on your karma, your chart, and which specific practices could be most ideal for you if you really want to create unity, enlightenment, and not get stuck in the egoic response of the mind as your daily practice does. And you'll need to be doing those sorts of meditations for a period of 1 hour to 4 hours if that's a serious want for you. Yet remember, benefits can happen with even 1 minute. So wherever you're at along the journey of meditation, just start somewhere. Make it a habit. Start integrating it in. And some of the best times of the day to integrate this in, this is Dinacharya, daily habit here, would be in the morning just before sunrise. This time period is the most powerful because there's hardly any movement in the minds around you. Now, most of the animals are asleep, most of the humans are asleep. There's a special relationship that happens between the sun. It's a certain degree relationship where the vibrations that come off the sun also make it much easier to meditate. This is known as the Brahma Kala, the time of the Great Spirit in the Vedic system. So this is a very powerful time to meditate before sunrise. They would generally be looking at about an hour and a half before sunrise, yet any time before sunrise is super potent. If that's not realistic for you, then the next most powerful times are sunrise and sunset. And the next most powerful time is just before going to bed, or middle of the day, middle of the night. So we've got 3 power spots for meditation within the day: an hour and a half before sunrise, sunrise, sunset. Just before bed, middle of the day, middle of the night. They put it in 3 layers if they're most ideal. Yet, if you can't meditate at those times, find what's realistic for you. Make it a habit, make it a regular. That's more important than a specific time of the day. As always, it's an absolute pleasure to share this wisdom with you. I really think holistic wisdom and health education is more needed today than ever before. If it's been helpful to you, then be sure to like and subscribe and share this with others. Also, if you're interested in more free resources on health education and Ayurvedic wisdom, then check out holisticnomads.com. Pleasure to share with you. Until next time, all the best. As always, it's an absolute pleasure to you.